I'm reading Complexity and the Nexus of Leadership at the moment. And while this is a reasonably heavy read, to be quite honest, the thing that stands out for me is a really different frame around what leadership is and how it shows up. Traditionally, when we think about leadership, we think about people in functions inside organizations. Leadership in the current dominant belief system is tied to an individual exerting influence by leveraging their position of power within an organization. Where I think this thinking falls short is on the idea that it's only those who sit in certain functions that have the ability to lead. Frankly, I think every position and every person within an organization or a community has the potential for leadership. But how does that show up? Do we need to build a whole range of new skills, new language, a new set of infrastructure for our organizations and communities? Maybe. But the thing that these authors suggest, which I think is really interesting, is twofold. When we understand leadership not as tied to a person, but as an event, the questions we start asking are around what are the conditions that create events or moments of leadership. And the other thing that these authors offer is the idea that leadership happens in the spaces in between people and things, between things and things. Leadership as a moment in time that happens in relation to one another points towards one clear attribute of leadership, and that is an action that starts driving change. If we understand that to be true, then the really interesting question becomes not who leads, but how much leadership can a group of people or an organization actually drive? How might leadership become a democratized tool and mindset to help organizations and teams and people achieve what they want to? Now, from my perspective, that is a much more interesting conversation and question to ask, rather than going, how might I or someone else become a better leader?